Good morning, everybody. Hippo's in the house. Your last chance. We got about 15 minutes, 10 minutes remaining with Dr. Eric Schaibel. If you've got a question about your eye care, something you're doing with your eyes, you need to give us a call right now. Okay, 206-1580 or toll free 888-441-1580. Don't put it off like I have. Your eye hurts, or you got something itchy, or something's going on. You got a big floater that you don't know what to do. Give Dr. Schaibel a call right now. 206-1580 is the thing to do, and call us right now. It's free service, all right, that the doctors provide here on the show. They have 3 offices in Northport, in Punta Gorda, and on Olean Boulevard, right there at the St. Lucie Surgery Center. What else is going on with the lenses they're putting in your eyes? I know you got new ones. I know, for the clear procedure, cataracts, whatever. And someone told me that when they had their cataracts out, they're in the hospital for 3 days with sandbags next to their heads. This is going back, that was years ago.
Right. Actually, it was 10 days.
10 days.
10 days, yeah. And I've operated on a couple of nurses who are now in their 80s and 90s that used to participate in those surgeries back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
And they're like, this surgery takes 6 minutes now? And there's no stitches, no sandbags, no. I go home that day and make dinner and get in the pool and not submerge my head and read a book, and you'll feel fine. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between having a gallbladder with a traditional surgery or laparoscopic, and you have an incision in your belly button versus a 16-inch incision under your rib cage on the right side. The healing is just phenomenal.
Well, it's not just the healing, it's the whole process itself.
It's microtechnology, instrumentation and all that today is just amazing.
It's fascinating to rewatch the video of my eye surgery and how Joe did it and everything else, and how you emulsify the lens that's in there.
Which is still the standard of care.
Is it really?
Yep. There's now a laser that's available. Now, we did laser clinical trials back 10 years ago. Right. And it was horribly inefficient, meaning the surgery, instead of taking 6 minutes, took 45. Well, now there's a laser, you'll see it advertised, that is FDA approved, that doesn't help do the surgery, it just helps make the incision. So I guess you could say maybe the incision is more precise, I don't know, but it adds to the expense, because in Medicare and insurances won't pay for laser for cataract surgery, they only pay for ultrasound. So if you go to these, you'll see advertisements now. This laser costs $500,000, so the doctors that buy it got to pay for it. And I'd say the average cost to the patient is anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 that they have to pay separately. And it actually doubles the time it takes to do the cataract procedure, and increases your out-of-pocket from maybe nothing to $1,500 that the insurance won't pay. So it doesn't really add anything other than it makes it more glitzy, because you could say laser. And we did it for the FDA and went, no, it wasn't helping us one bit.
Now, you do use the YAG laser, though,
yes,
to do some work after.
Exactly, and the new laser is based on that technology. That helps. It really just does the first step or two of the procedure that the doctor normally does. It doesn't do the main part of the cataract surgery, it just kind of helps prepare the eye. So I guess when you get in to actually do the surgery, it might save you 30 seconds, but the problem is it takes about 10 minutes to do ahead of time and adds to the expense. YAG laser done after cataract surgery, now that's different. That's to clear away a little membrane that forms behind the implant that gets cloudy, and if you didn't have a YAG laser, the surgeon would have to take you to surgery, go in your eye with a needle, and get behind the lens and peel away this membrane. That would be dangerous.
Because what Tony and Dr. Joe told me was that Dr. Limoncello and Joe Spataford, Dr. Joe Spataford told me was that your brain can't get used to the idea that your lens in there is not there anymore. And it tries, and it grows something back there.
Right. Well, it's a membrane from birth. It's part of the support system, the human lens. The cataract is the human lens. So we remove the lens but not the support system, but when you put an implant in, the support system, which is the capsule, may start to frosty or get cloudy. So the patients will come back 6 months, 2 years, 5 years later and go, yeah, my right eye's getting a little fuzzy. And we look at, oh yeah, your capsule, like saran wrap's got little stretch marks, it's getting cloudy. You just take a laser and clear it off once. It never comes back. Laser for that, 30 seconds, no pain, no drops, no preparation.
And the biggest light show you'll ever see.
Oh yeah, it's a cool laser light show inside your eye. But you won't feel anything.
No, you don't feel anything, but you see a hell of a show. Hey, your lottery numbers last night, real quick. Your cash 3. I know Pearl's waiting for these numbers. Cash 3 was 319. The play 4 was 9361. Fantasy 5 last night, 13, 15, 22, 27, and 28. Mega Money last night, no winners. 16, 21, 28, 38, and the Mega Ball was 4. Tonight's Lotto's worth $2 million. Powerball tonight's worth $50 million. Congratulations go out to Stone Crabs, big winners. Big homestand coming up for them. We'll have tickets to give away later this show. Miami is now up 3-1 over Oklahoma City, with the fifth game being in Miami coming up. So we'll see what happens. And those of you who are just leaving the event center for the morning coffee for the chamber, hope you had a nice time. That's all I can say. Jeff Collins, along with Dr. Okay, thanks, Tommy. Dr. Eric Schaibel. So if you have a question, now's the time to call. How much do you think, or what's going to be the increase in patients served with all this new streamlining going on? I know you do. What I like what you do is to fast track people,
Right.
where they don't have to go through everything.
Right. And you know, I don't think the goal is to see more patients, because we're just busy. You know, we've been there so
Right.
long. We're
Right.
fixtures in the community, and so it's about making it a more efficient process. You know, I always look at the patients and think, you know, if I came and waited in a sense, that'd make me crazy. You know, and for some people, it's a deal breaker. You know, I don't care who you are, where you went to school, or how much you know. I can't sit here and wait. And believe me, we recognize that. We don't like it. So we're really trying to facilitate the process and really looking. Our new administrator, Dave Jordan, is a Navy guy, and he's all about efficiency.
And I've never held that against him either.
He's all about efficiency, and so he's kind of taking a fresh look, you know, he's been there about 9 months now, at the entrance, the ramp coming in. We've redone a lot of that stuff, the doorways, the countertops, catering. He said, look, we got to cater to the patient. So, I know you've done it this way for 30-some years, but there's a better way. So we're revamping that entire waiting area, redoing everything, and then doing the fast track, and then really looking for a way to facilitate patients moving through the process. It's an arduous process to come in for an examination. There's a lot of steps involved to get it right, and there's a lot of people involved. But if we make or change the process, we can make that much, much more efficient. I mean, we want to get it to a point that it's from start to finish is a 1-hour process for a complete eye exam. That means you've had everything checked, a refraction for glasses, checked for macular. You know, you come in at 8 o'clock, we want you out the door at 9. Not because we want you out the door, but we want you to be able to walk out the door and go, oh boy, a lot happened in that 1 hour. I got a lot of information, everything was checked. And what I always say to my patients, I want you to walk out and I want you to know you're in good hands, you're safe, and this is something that you can let us help you manage so you don't have to worry, because you're going to know everything.
Information to your patients is key.
Yes.
Some doctors like to keep it from you. They don't want you to know what's going on.
I tell everybody every day.
Well, that's what I've liked. In all my dealings and stuff like that with you and Dr. Joe, it's been up front. They tell you everything. They're not hiding anything.
Right.
And like Joe says, you can see 80 different diseases in the back of the eye.
And we do.
And now they're saying that some forms of Alzheimer's, you're able to see in the back of the eye?
Well, actually in the iris tissue.
Right.
There you can identify some of the amyloid proteins. There's some testing that's going on. We're also now involved in a new process for genetic testing for macular degeneration that we're very excited about.
Ooh.
So patients are, if there's a family history, we can actually swab their cheek. We are set up with a laboratory that does this. It's covered by most insurances, and we can send it in and find out there's 4 different markers, genetic markers for macular degeneration that we can test for.
Super. Dr. Eric Schaibel, 625-1325. That's right here in Charlotte County, 941. You don't need to go anywhere else to get any type of eye surgery done. Right here in Charlotte County at Community Eye Center on Olean Boulevard. Give them a call, 625-1325. Dr. Eric Schaibel. Eric, good seeing you.
Hey, you too. Thank you.
Safe trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back.